Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about broker markup. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about broker markup. It's a question every trucker wants to answer to, especially those guys out in the spot market, which is the vast majority of our viewers. And by the way, a quick shout out to Arctic King Logistics. These guys did a fantastic job and are actually the reason for this specific video. I saw a story on their Facebook page. It was very interesting. They did a great time analyzing the information, and some really great comments that really made me think. And this is the reason for this video. What this is all about is trying to grasp the idea of how much are brokers actually walking away, like how much money are we leaving on the table. This is something that I always tell you guys. When you're self-dispatching, oftentimes you might think you're getting a good deal, but you could be getting a much better deal. And when you repeat that over and over and over again, but your costs remain the same, that money just goes straight into your pocket, and that's what our dispatchers do. But here's the thing about this story today. You guys remember Convoy? A few months back last year, we talked about how Convoy, a $3.8 billion tech startup that many of you guys have used to get loads from, then went belly up, they went bankrupt. And we made a video about that. I'll leave a card in the corner. Take a look at that. It was a very popular video, and you might really, kind of understand the concepts that we're going to cover in today's video. See, now they have a new platform. I believe it's, a totally different ownership, rebranding, management, whatever. And we wrote a post about that. I'll leave a card in the corner for that, as well as, all the links. I'll leave them in the description box. But moving forward, guys, what this has to do with you guys is that IKEA, you're all aware of the furniture company IKEA. They owed a bunch of money to Convoy under contract, about $520,000 or so, $519,000 and some change. And it was a contract market type of a load with that much money sitting out in the payables, and they wanted to pay it out. But they didn't know who to pay since the company went bankrupt. So they sought the guidance of the court system to basically be told, who should we pay this money to, right? I say pay the truckers. They're the ones who got, really beat up, and a lot of these guys didn't get paid on the freight that they actually moved. So, oh my God, take that money, break it up. Something is better than nothing when you break it up amongst a ton of people. Nonetheless, this whole procedure went to court, and in the court documents, there are rate sheets and other exhibits that are provided. And in that information, we were able to gather the contract rate information, right? What are the rates from the contract market for these said specific lanes at a specific time of year for a specific type of trailer. So this was dry van trailers, DAT data for October 2023, spot market data versus the same exact thing, but contract market data. So what did they end up coming up with? Well, let me tell you this, and you guys can argue about this in the comment section, but what do you guys say the brokers take away? Now, the general rule of thumb is 10 to 20%. That's where they're at. Now, where Convoy came in at, on average for these 6 lanes with gains and losses, averaged 35% markup. And they still went out of business, $3.8 billion company, all right? Now, to be fair, we don't know Convoy's operating costs. Like many of you guys in the comments arguing about, gross doesn't matter, it's all about the net. I agree with you. However, how are you going to come to the net when every single trucker, under every single different operation that we run, even under leasing with different types of equipment and different financing terms, you have absolutely different and a vast array of operating costs you cannot account for unless you do it on an individual basis. So, how are you supposed to, I wouldn't have the gall to go to a carrier and try to request their proprietary information, their operating costs, unless they want to share it with me, then we can certainly move forward that way. But at the end of the day, you're never going to know if you're profitable or how profitable you are unless you know your operating costs and can do the math there. So we don't know the operating costs for Convoy, just like many of you guys don't know the operating costs for your own companies, unfortunately. And tech startups, made me think they generally have very large investors, right? So they have investors pouring in money, hoping to gain some sort of profit, market share, some sort of upper leg in the market. And so they had lots of investors. And what do investors like? Well, investors like money. That's why they're investing their money, and they want their money plus some as soon as possible. That's exactly what happened. So it's very, very possible that out of the billions of dollars that Convoy was raking in, the majority of that was actually going out as an expense out back for the cost of operating the business, as well as paying back investors and then some, right? So the bottom line is that you have to know your operating costs. You have to understand that there is markup and that many times you guys are leaving money on the table. Unfortunately, that's why I highly recommend you do work with an established, strong dispatcher that's gone through multiple ups and downs in the market, understands how to book loads, and that's what we'll show you guys in a second part of this video. But the other thing I wanted to mention, all the links, I'm going to leave them in the box below. And then this Sunday, do us a favor, guys, in the comments of this video, just write whatever question that you would like answered. We'll do it on air this Sunday, 4 p.m. Central, as we began doing our series of live streams. They last for about 2 hours. You can call in. We answer all your questions to the best of our ability, and and basically try to get this out to the community, because there are a lot of people that have the very same questions that you are asking live on air. So we'd love to see you guys there. For now, I'm going to switch over the camera. I'm going to look over the loads that we book for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, this week's really interesting. We got vans, reefers, as well as flatbeds. And a lot of the guys made a ton of money in just 6 days on a road rather than a full week. And definitely stick around to the end of the video, because there's some interesting ones that are towards the end, which ended up working a little bit differently and operating in a bit of a different way, and you definitely should consider it. So let's go ahead and start off with Eric. He's a flatbed carrier coming out of North Clarington, Vermont, going to Carthage, New York. It's a 48,000-pound load of lumber. 8-foot tarps were required. A lot of the freight is tarped. It's a short run, 206 miles, but they booked this one at $1,000 even. Got them $485 a loaded mile out of Vermont. Fantastic. Then Messina, New York, going to Waverly, Tennessee. It's a 45,000-pound load of ingots. That's 1,078 loaded miles, booked out at $29.41. Got them $273 a loaded mile on a ton of miles. And then Ripley, Tennessee to Nogales, Arizona. Fantastic. Light load, 25,000 pounds of heavy equipment, machine parts, 1,485 loaded miles, booked out one at $42.50. Got him $286 a loaded mile out of Tennessee to Arizona with some light freight. Fantastic job, Eric. 7 days on the road, Tuesday to Tuesday, grossed $81.91, just short of $8,200 there. 2,769 loaded miles at an average of $296 per loaded mile on this flatbed at almost 1,500 miles at 25,000 pounds. Excellent job, sir. Excellent rate, excellent gross. Very, very well done. Moving on to a reefer by Mike. This was an interesting one. Only 2 runs, 6 days on the road, coming out of Boring, Oregon, with a 1-pick 3 dropper to Swanton, Ohio, and Middletown, Ohio, as well as Shelbyville, Kentucky for your final. It's a nursery load, 42,000 pounds on the weight, 40 degrees on the reefer, 2,628 loaded miles on this one. Lots and lots of miles. Booked it at $5,600, got him $213 a loaded mile. And then Hamilton, Ohio, with a 1-pick 3 dropper again, Solon, Ohio, Borman, Ohio, and a final in Richmond, Ohio. So this is a real short run, 25,000-pound load of meat with -10 on the reefer, 363 miles, booked at $1,650. Got him $455 a loaded mile on this one. Excellent job, Mike. 6 days on the road, Friday to Thursday, grossed $72.50 on his reefer, ran 2,991 loaded miles at an average of $242 per loaded mile. Excellent job, Mike. Excellent job. Next, let's take a look. We got ourselves, I believe, a dry van. Yes, Reginald was, this is an interesting one. 7 days on the road, Ladysmith, Wisconsin to Hope, Arkansas with a 40,000 pound load, 28 pallets of wooden pallets, of pellets in bags. So bagged pellets, 1,029 loaded miles. Booked at 2650, got him 258 a loaded mile on that one. Next is Pine Bluff, Arkansas to Moorefield, West Virginia. It's a 45,000 pound load of paper rolls, 960 loaded miles, booked at $2,029.88. Got him 211 a loaded mile. Then Parsons, West Virginia, going to Van Buren, Ohio. It's a 32,000 pound load of charcoal briquettes, 347 miles, booked at 890 bucks, got him out of there for 256 a loaded mile. And he finished off with Bryan, Ohio, coming out to Houston, Texas. It's a 14,000 pound load of telecom equipment, 1,177 loaded miles, booked at 2450, got him 208 a loaded mile. Excellent, excellent job. 7 days on the road, Thursday to Thursday, $8,019.88. Gross, 3,513 loaded miles at an average of 228 per loaded mile. An excellent gross, so very, very well done in some tough markets. Very well done, Reggie. Next, we got ourselves a flatbed, another flatbed, Tuscumbia, Alabama, going to Goodyear, Arizona. It's a 35,000 pound load of film rolls, 1,588 loaded miles. Booked it at 5,250, got him 331 a loaded mile on a ton of miles. Then Mesa, Arizona, coming out to Slidell, Louisiana. It's a 46,000 pound load of sandbags, 1,490 loaded miles, booked at 2,000 bucks, got him $1.34 coming out to Louisiana. They'll do great next week. 6 days on the road, Thursday to Wednesday, ended up grossing $7,250, ran 3,078 loaded miles in 6 days, 236 a loaded mile average, and only 35 deadhead miles in total. So an excellent job there, Norman. Very well done, sir, in that flatbed. Then we got David and his dry van coming out of Great Bend, Kansas, coming out to Algona, Washington. A longer run, of course, 20,000 pounds, very light load of pet products, 1,701 loaded mile, booked at 4,000 bucks even, got him 235 a mile. Then Sumner, Washington to Spokane Valley, Washington with a light load, 14,000 pounds of vacuum cleaner parts and accessories, 296 miles, booked at 935 bucks, got him 316 a loaded mile. Then Post Falls, Idaho to Denver, Colorado, 43,000 pound load of looks like particle board, 455 pieces of particle board, 1,067 loaded miles, booked at 2,300 bucks, got him 216 a loaded mile there. 6 days on the road, Friday to Thursday, $7,235 gross on his dry van, 3,064 loaded miles at an average of 236 a loaded mile. An excellent, excellent job, David. Next, we got ourselves, oh, this is a real interesting one. Good thing you stuck around. This is a dry van driven by Damien. Now, he did a bunch of short runs. Let's take a look. New Kensington, Pennsylvania to Nitro, West Virginia with a 43,000 pound load of chemical products. It was antifreeze, 252 miles, booked at 719 bucks, 313 a loaded mile. Then Ripley, West Virginia to Midway, Tennessee. It's a light load, 15,000 pound load. It's bagged carbon, some black bagged carbon, 294 miles, booked at 800 bucks, 272 a loaded mile. Then Lennart City, Tennessee, coming out to Campbellsville, Kentucky with a light load, 25,000 pounds of general merchandise, 165 quick miles, 625 booked, that's 379 a loaded mile. Then Frankfort, Kentucky, awesome town, I've been there, to Decatur, Alabama. It's a 42,000 pound load of plastic pellets at 324 miles, booked at 925, got him 285 a loaded mile. Then Cherokee, Alabama to Midway, Florida. It's a 26 pallet load, 34,000 pounds of cleaning products, paper and tissue, 419 miles on this one, 1,050 bucks, got him 251 a loaded mile. Then Climax, Georgia to Crawfordsville, Arkansas. It's a light load, 1,500 pounds, only one pallet of reels, 525 miles, booked out at 885, got him a $1.69 coming out of there. And then Memphis, Tennessee to Only, Tennessee. It's a light load of 15,000 pounds, 6 pallets of bottled water, basically 152 miles, booked at 700 bucks, got him 461 a loaded mile, and finished off with New Johnsonville, Tennessee to LaGrange, Georgia. It's a 43,500 pound load of manganese dioxide, 11 pallets of this stuff, 350 miles, booked at 1,200 bucks, got him 343 a mile. Now, still with me, 7 days on the road, Wednesday to Wednesday, ended up grossing $6,975 in gross, ran 2,481 loaded miles, and got an average of 281 per loaded mile average. An Excellent job, Damien. Very, very well executed. Finally, we're going to go to our reefer, Springdale, Arkansas, coming out to Columbus, Ohio. Anthony's the driver. It's a light load of 20,000 pounds of frozen cookies, and temperatures at -10 or below. 772 miles booked at $2,000, got him $259 a mile. Then Champaign, Illinois to Fargo, North Dakota with a 20,000 pound load of foodstuffs. 746 miles booked at $1,600, got him $214 a loaded mile. Then Castleton, North Dakota to Elgin, Illinois with a 40,500 pound load of pasta. 50 to 55 degrees on the reefer. 626 miles booked at $1,688. Got him $270 a loaded mile, coming out to Illinois. Then out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin to McKenzie, Tennessee, took a light load, 20,000 pounds of paint, a non-regulated paint of some sort, 45 to 80 degrees, anywhere there in the range. 526 loaded miles booked at $1,600, got him $304 a loaded mile on 526 miles. Finished off the week, Wednesday to Wednesday, gross $68.80, gross 2,670 loaded miles at an average of $258 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Anthony. Excellent job. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, even in today's down market, it's been a downtrend without a doubt. We can still see that many of our customers are walking away with a very, very healthy gross. Very good average rates per mile, not a lot of deadhead in many cases, very light freight in others. And although absolutely should be taken with a grain of salt, considering that these are the best of the best for this week, but we've provided you this data, these types of videos for years now, and you can go back and watch the previous videos and you'll see that through the good times, we definitely got the very best. And during the tough times like we have today, we also managed to keep, people above the water, right? Their heads above the water, so they're able to make money, actually profit, in some cases even expand their fleets during some of the toughest times in a market. So I urge you to make sure that you learn how to basically get down to brass tacks. Figure out what your operating costs are. We've made a number of videos over the years. I'll leave cards in the corner. You can click on those. And if you have any questions, anything at all, you'd like to learn more about our business, we work with both carriers as well as owner-operators. We lease on owner-operators. We welcome you guys. Please call or text us at 801-448-6363. You can also receive more information at aftdispatch.com and simply select if you're a carrier or an owner-operator, fill out the boxes, and we'll send you some information over email and get back to you over the phone as well. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.